Yeah, what's up, Claw? It's going. Swerve. Yeah, what's up, Tuxedo? So I think I fixed my computer issues I was having where the game feed was like super laggy sometimes and I wasn't able to like launch some of my games. I think it was because my hard drive was full. Made some space and I think it should be better now. I'll start out with some runs. We'll see how they go. Do I know the Halo 1 map names? I know most of them, but I might have forgotten a few of them. Like, the Chiron is at 147. I don't actually remember the number. I know Rat Race, Sidewinder, Hingham High. Damnation. The not boardwalk, it's something like that though. The boarding action. I know most of them. Longest. I'm missing any. What else is there? Coag or Blood Gulch. I mean. Oh, Coag is Halo 2. I'm sure I'm missing one or two, but I do know. Oh, Derelict, yeah, I missed that one. Damnation, the remake for Halo 2 sucks, but Derelict's pretty good. I was never super into Halo 1 multiplayer, though. I was never super into Halo 1 at all. It's good, but it's... The multiplayer at the time was a little bit more niche in that there was no Xbox Live yet, so you had to play LAN parties with your friends, which was a blast, but it was something you only did like once, at most once a month, probably only once every few months, depending on like how old you were. But as a kid, like I wasn't able to do LAN parties like super often for Halo 1. So I thought Halo 1 was really cool, but I mostly just like played the campaign and 1v1'd with my brother. And so you can only 1v1 the same person, especially when they're older than you so many times. Like, we did it actually quite a few. I was, the only map I could really ever beat him on was Longest for some reason, but it would get boring. Like, I watched him play through the campaign, we 1v1'd, and then, like, I was kind of done with Halo 1 at that point. And there was other Xbox games to play, so like new games were coming out all the time. So I was renting them from Blockbuster. We would sometimes buy them from GameStop. So like I wasn't like diehard into Halo 1. I had fun with it, but it wasn't until um, pre-orders and announcements for Halo 2 came out. I was getting Game Informer magazine at that time, and Game Informer hyped it up a lot, and I liked Halo 1, and they gave it like 10s on everything, saying it would be the greatest game ever, and so I pre-ordered Halo 2, and then Halo 2 came out, and I was like, yeah, this is the game. With Xbox Live and everything, being able to like get on the mic and play in the ranking system and online multiplayer was crazy. But I also landed Halo 1 a few times, so I was probably more of a Halo 1 fan than most people, so that's why I was so excited for Halo 2 as well. But it's hard to play it all the time when you didn't have Xbox Live. I'll hop into runs in a minute. I'm just bouncing around because I'm having fun here. Warming up a little. I remember the day I pre-ordered Halo 2. It was in April. Would have been April of 2004. I was getting a different game. I don't remember what game I was getting, but I was at GameStop and they were talking about Halo 2, and they were like, oh, if you like shooters, then you're really going to want to play Halo 2. You can pre-order it now and get the Legendary Edition. It only costs $5 to put down to pre-order. And so I got talked into doing it, and one of the main reasons I wanted to pre-order it was because I knew that me and my brother both liked it, and I was like, yeah, it was April, and that was like I was looking for a birthday present for my brother at that time. So I was like, we'll pre-order Halo, and that'll be the birthday present. Now, 20 years later, I'm still bouncing around on these same dumb levels. You tried it for a fair amount of time. I think you might have to be on classic for it, but you can also get big lag spikes in this game when you like sweep past zero angle. You were on classic 360 1.0. I think it might also have to do with the speed at which you swipe. I don't know exactly how the Halo 1 trick works. I might need to rewatch Burnt Miss or some tutorials for Beach Skip. But so in Halo 1, they're allowed to look past the red line, but they have to go slowly or something on 343. I don't know the exact details. I don't know if I should ask Sloth. Sloth knows. Or maybe Zoo if he's lurking. But there's something about you can look past it slowly, but you can't look quickly. So I think it might have to do with the speed at which you like go from positive to negative or something. I don't know. Some of these bounces I'm doing are pretty cool. Like I'm really just springing around. Cool one. let's do some runs. Also, were you ever able to get to 0.0s all the way across the board? I guess you could probably like manually hack it in, but trying to like aim there manually is really hard. If I get a slow Deathless record, would I keep going for a better run? It's not gonna be slow. The strategies I'm doing are fast. I pretty much I'm guaranteed to get a fast one because what I'm doing is gonna be fast enough.
La nuova corazza è una Mark 6 arrivata questa mattina da Songnam. Vaci piano finché non padroneggi le nuove funzioni. Ok, verifichiamo il sistema di puntamento. Guarda la luce in alto.
You know, Fortune, another thing I was thinking that might be causing the quarantine zone glitches is the...
Sembra tutto a posto. Aspetta. Ora disattivo gli...
Whenever you pause the game, the objectives that are listed on the main menu. I think what's happening is we're resetting during a write of some kind. Like the game is trying to write and update something, either a checkpoint or a loading zone, or maybe the pause menu, and we're restarting during that write. And that's why we're getting like some of the glitchy effects.
Come puoi vedere, si ricaricano molto più velocemente.
I don't know, that just feels like what's happening to me. Especially because it like, even when I saved and quit, and even when I reverted to last checkpoint, it stayed active. The fact that it stayed active through the main menu, I saved and quit and I reloaded the checkpoint and it stayed active, to me that signifies that like something is being written in places where it shouldn't be. So I think that it's like a... You've played Pokemon, you know Pokemon glitches, right? You know that you can do save corruption by just turning off the game, like during the like save. It says saving, don't turn off the power. And if you ignore it and you turn off the power, you can do things like clone your Pokemon, or in the first generation you can like corrupt the entire save. And depending on like what the memory is glitched into, you get different effects. I think that might be what's happening.
Sono partito, la griglia di difesa orbitale era ancora un progetto nella mente dei politici. E ora guarda, il Cairo è soltanto...
And I was looking at the scripts for Metropolis, and one of the objectives gets woken by two different scripts. So I was wondering if maybe triggering them at the same time, or stacking them, or saving and quitting during one but not the other is somehow making it glitchy. The one that happens as soon as the scarab walks overhead, that one is triggered by two different things. I don't know. I think there's some memory write glitches here that we don't understand fully, and I would really like to.
Allarme. Nemico in avvicinamento. A tutte le unità, ai posti di combattimento.
Qualcuno vuole darmi un'occhiata? Lasciatelo a me, compagni!
Questa non è un'esercitazione.
Ehi amico, se fossi colpito, fammi il favore di riempirmi di farmaci. Così giovane.
Where are my phones? I hate you, stupid box. Stop shooting at me. Man, you guys are so annoying. It's still not that slow. It's fine.
Amico, ce ne sono ancora!
Aprire le rastrelliere delle armi.
So one of the hunches I have, Fortune, is saving and quitting at the exact same frame that an objective is trying to update. Might lead something weird to happen. The crash can also happen on Legendary, though. I don't even remember. The health text shows up on Legendary, doesn't it? I don't actually even notice it. That kind of stuff, like, kind of goes past me. I'm not really paying attention, but the crash and stuff definitely can happen on Legendary as well. Yo, Guns, thank you for the raid.
Allora è sicuro che ne hanno portata una anche qui. Trovala, capo.
How's the... You're doing All Skulls on Deathless stuff, right? No way, man. I was to his left. That didn't hit me. Awful today, Cairo. Yeah, Cairo's hard. Cairo's like the hardest level in the run. A lot of people don't realize how hard Cairo is. A lot of people think it's Gravemind. Gravemind isn't even that hard. People are crazy. It's a long level, so it's very easy to die on Gravemind. But it's really not that hard.
Beh, immagino che comunque fosse obsoleta.
Thanks for the raid.
La
Thanks
tua
for
nuova
now.
corazza è una Mark 6, arrivata questa mattina da Songnam. Vaci piano finché non padroneggi le nuove funzioni. Ok, verifichiamo il sistema di puntamento. Guarda la luce in alto. Bene, ora guarda la luce in basso. Perfetto. Di nuovo la luce in alto. Ci siamo. E ora
What's
quella
up,
in basso.
Form?
Ok. Sembra tutto a posto. Aspetta. Ora disattivo gli inibitori. Muoviti un po' per ambientarti. Quando sei pronto, vieni da me al comando a distanza. Fai attenzione perché non ho intenzione di ripetermi. Questa stazione verificherà gli scudi energetici a ricarica. Gli scudi della tua nuova corazza sono molto resistenti, molto efficaci. Tombola! Come puoi vedere, si ricaricano molto più velocemente. Se i tuoi scudi cedono, trovati un riparo e aspetta che l'indicatore ritorni al massimo.
Certo, può nascondersi dietro di me. Allora, hai finito col mio ragazzo? Ormai se la cava anche da solo.
La sua
Ok.
corazza è a posto, Johnson, per cui tappati quella boccaccia. Puoi andare, figliolo, ma cerca di non strafare.
Tranquillo, lo terrò per mano.
Allora, Johnson, quando mi dirai come hai fatto a tornare qui tutto d'un pezzo?
Spiacente, segreto militare.
Ah, vai al diavolo! E scordati pure che ti sistemi il mirino della tua A2.
Oh, oggi è davvero di buon umore. Magari Lord Hood ha dimenticato di invitarlo. Ah, la terra.
A new
Sono
language?
anni che
Yeah,
non
it's
la
in
vedo.
Italian, just for fun. I've been changing it if people want to donate $10.
Quando sono partito, la griglia di difesa orbitale era ancora un progetto nella mente dei politici. E ora
Politici.
guarda, il Cairo è soltanto una delle 300 piattaforme geostazionali. Il fucile Khan potrebbe trapassare una nave da guerra Covenant. Con il fuoco concentrato di Atene e Malta, nulla potrebbe superare indenne questa forza da battaglia. È da stamattina che arrivano astronavi. Nessuno dice molto, ma c'è qualcosa di grosso nell'aria.
What do you want? The horse soda.
Nemico in avvicinamento.
Hope I have a satisfying stream. The only way is to complete the challenge. Anything less will be unsatisfactory.
A tutte le unità, ai posti di combattimento.
Poi, attenzione!
Questa non è un'esercitazione. Ripeto, non è un'esercitazione. Vigilare le porte pressurizzate. Aprire le raccogliere delle armi.
Oh, stanno abbandonando Atene.
Cortana, quadro tattico.
L'esplosione proveniva dall'interno di Atene, come parlate. L'attacco dei Covenant era mirato all'inserimento di una bomba.
Allora è sicuro che ne hanno portata una anche qui. Trovala, capo.
Cos'è quella? Un'arma o no?
Avanti, capo, di qua!
Ero quasi a bordo quando sono comparso.
Non tema, signora, siamo qui.
Signore, gli assalitori sono nel centro
Oh, you
della
died.
Hanno una bomba.
Puoi disarmarla?
Sì, ma avrò bisogno che il capo mi porti a contatto con il detonatore.
Capo, raggiungi la bomba in fretta.
Ehi, guardate!
Cortana, priorità sui bersagli che sono comunicati.
Malta, condizione attuale, passo.
Non riesco a crederci. Si ritirano. Abbiamo vinto. Primo Echelon, vieni con me. Annientiamo quegli incrociatori uno alla volta. Secondo Echelon, vieni a bada ai trasporti.
Registrazione di tutti i vascelli nemici a portata di mira. 13 incrociatori, 2 trasporti d'assalto. Sarà un inferno.
Ehi, siamo messi davvero male.
No, I'm dead. Wait.
I trasporti stanno
Beh.
sfondando, signore. Sono diretti verso il Cairo.
Cortana, concentra il fuoco sul primo trasporto. Ammiraglio, bisogna fare il possibile con il secondo.
Tutta informazione. Seguitemi.
Il primo
Yo,
trasporto
why
ci ha
me, Nikki,
ignorato.
for the resub?
È passato attraverso i detriti di Malta e si è diretto verso la terra. Giusto per farlo presente, ci sono dei ranger elite a guardia della bomba. Pensa a qualcosa.
Will you take your shot? How'd you get up there? My aim is sloppy. Everybody, right? Okay, whatever. Good enough.
La missione non può aspettare, capo.
Diamoci una mossa, Marine. E puliamo il luogo dello schianto, via.
Give me that. Sorry, Grunt.
Sergente, ho bisogno di te su quel mezzo.
Signora?
I miei Pelican stanno per iniziare a portare mezzi corazzati e rinforzi in città. Avranno bisogno di una scorta che non tema il fuoco nemico.
Benvenuto alla festa.
Ricevuto. Ti terrò d'occhio io. In bocca al lupo, capo.
Le truppe Covenant si concentrano sotto il trasporto. Non credo che vogliano che tu salga a bordo. Il ponte è la via più breve verso il centro cittadino.
Took you a week and a half to do it on Legendary. Yeah, it's hard.
Capo, il trasporto ha lanciato un...
I was watching professional player APG do a casual playthrough of Halo 2 Legendary. I only saw a little bit of Cairo Station and a little bit of Regret, but on Cairo Station he died like 50 times, and then by the time he got to Regret, the death counter was like 400. So he's one of the better professional players of all time. He's been a pro player since the Halo 3 days. If he's dying 400 times by the halfway point, you can bet it's a pretty challenging game.
Ma spiegherebbe perché sono qui con una flotta così esosa.
Non perdiamo il passo.
I love trolling in chats that like don't really know who I am. Sometimes, like, obviously, like, in that chat I got recognized too fast, I wasn't able to troll. But just asking questions and pretending to be a noob while he's, like, just dying over and over again. It's a lot of fun. I get called out too fast in his chat, though. Sometimes I'll look at the Halo 2 game directory, and I'll just, like, watch a random streamer doing, like, a first-time playthrough. And sometimes I'll just say a chat dialogue and just be like, good luck, or I'll respond to whatever's going on in stream, like, yeah, this section's tough, or something like that. And I'll just tune out of the stream. I'll only watch for like 5 or 10 minutes, but I always find it funny when, like, those people don't realize how much I've played the game. It's hard not to spoil, yeah. I try not to ever backseat. I don't want to like tell people what to do. I like to. It's a little bit of like a bittersweet feel. Like I like to see people struggle. I like to see people die over and over on the hard parts. So like sometimes just tuning in and watching somebody die like 10 times in a row is really entertaining. I'm gonna be honest, T-Balls. I don't know if I believe that you did that.
Calma, sono qui io. Costa nemici.
Like, the concept of deathless runs is relatively new, and you talk about it like you remember it like it's a very old thing that you did. I'm not sure I'm buying it. Like, to do the whole game in one sitting, like, people weren't playing Halo that way a long time ago. Like, it was pretty uncommon to try to beat these games in one sitting until, like, I guess you could argue, like, 2011, but even then it wasn't common. It was more like 2013 or 2014 when it became slightly more common. Like, High Speed Halo, the main speedrunning website, never had full game records listed. Like, if speedrunners weren't able to beat the game in one sitting, casual players certainly weren't doing it. Like, it just wasn't really a thing that people were doing. You did this around 2005. I mean, what was the motivation for trying to beat the game without dying? Like, that seems like a crazy, especially in like one sitting. Like, that just seems insane to me. I don't mean to call you a liar, but I don't really believe it. The story isn't adding up. That's not the way people were playing back in 2005.
Dall'altra parte la situazione è difficile, signore. Prendi. In quell'edificio sono intrappolati diversi marini. Concentrati sui raid, sono i più pericolosi.
I don't know, it's possible you're telling the truth. It just seems crazy to me that somebody would go through all that trouble without a reason. Like, there's no indication of deaths counted in the game. There's no post-game carnage stat screen that tells you your death count. There's no reward for beating any single level deathless. That wasn't a prevalent rumor that it would unlock anything. To spend 8 hours in a single setting doing that when nobody was posting like full game completions like that seems unlikely. I don't know. There's a death count post game at MCC. Yeah, but he's saying he did this in 2005. MCC didn't exist until 9 years later in 2014. Or Halo 1 anniversary in 2011. Either way.
Non credo che si fermerà. Giù la testa! Stai iniziando a darmi sui nervi. Marine, dobbiamo far fuori uno scarab.
I don't know.
attento, capo. Quell'elite era un ultra. E anche i piloti non scherzano.
Noi siamo la mano dei profeti, Arbiter, e tu sei la loro spada. Sii rapido e silenzioso e sradicheremo questa eresia senza incidenti. La tempesta ha celato il nostro re e forse ha disattivato la loro rete locale. Possiamo contare sull'elemento sorpresa, vero?
What's up, cutting crew? Surely this is the run, right?
Arbiter, pulisci l'hangar e aprilo, così potrò sganciare la seconda lancia. Mantieni la posizione, mi sto avvicinando.
Will you guys get that kill? Surely they'll kill it eventually, right?
L'onore lo richiede. Lo sguardo del profeta! Altri ereti nel passaggio sotto di noi!
No, stai lì! Ursiglia, sono invisibile!
Fine. That's also annoying. I'm dead. I can't hide here, can I? Nope, this is one of those walls you can't hide on for some reason. I forget which ones you can hide on, but that's not one of them. That's so stupid. Probably refresh on which ones I can. I was pretty sure it wasn't when I went to it. Yeah, but some of them just don't work. Like those things that I just did, like they have like different like site properties or something where that one I was in, they can just shoot you through it. Compared to the, if you do it on the other ones, they don't. It's weird. I don't know. They're just different.
Vacci piano finché non padroneggi.
Not all of those little corners are the same for some reason.
Ok, verifichiamo il sistema di puntamento.
I think like the backside is see-through on one of them and it isn't on the other or something.
Perfetto. Di nuovo la luce in alto. Ci siamo. E ora quella in basso, ok? Sembra tutto a posto. Aspetta. Ora disattivo gli inibitori. Muoviti un
If
po'.
you do like all skulls on runs, you can tell the difference because like with the cowbell skull, even if you're invisible, they'll still find you, but on one of them they'll shoot you, on the other one they won't. It's kind of weird.
Gli scudi della tua nuova corazza sono molto resistenti, molto efficaci. Tombola! Come puoi vedere, si ricaricano molto più velocemente. I tuoi scudi cedono, provati un riparo e aspetta che l'indicatore ritorni al massimo.
Nascondersi dietro di me. Allora, è finito col mio ragazzo? Ormai se la cava anche da solo.
La sua corazza è a posto. Puoi andare, figliolo, ma cerca
Yeah,
di
the
non
middle
scappare.
pillar was probably better instead of going to the side.
Allora, Johnson, quando mi dirai come hai fatto a tornare?
I don't know if I would have got it off that. The needles might have been getting me either way.
Ah, vai al diavolo e scordati pure che ti sistemi il mirino della tua A2.
Oggi davvero.
Yeah, what's up, Vinny?
Magari Lord Wood ha dimenticato di invitarlo.
Yo, the 5-pack. Really appreciate that.
Ah, la Terra. Sono anni che non la vedo. Quando sono partito, la griglia di difesa orbitale era ancora un progetto nella mente dei politici. E ora guarda, il Cairo è soltanto una delle 300 piattaforme geostazionarie. Il fucile Khan potrebbe trapassare una nave da guerra Covenant. Con il fuoco concentrato di Atene e Malta, nulla potrebbe superare indenne questa forza da battaglia. È da stamattina che arrivano astronavi. Nessuno dice molto, ma c'è qualcosa di grosso nell'aria.
I thought I heard him say Diablo.
Allarme. Nemico in avvicinamento. A tutte le unità, ai posti di combattimento. Questa non è un'esercitazione. Ripeto, non è un'esercitazione.
Man.
Attenzione, stanno avanzando!
Come on.
Vigilare le porte pressurizzate.
Avanti, è la nostra occasione!
Why is this not working? What? Hello? They patch it? Been patched. I'm just restarting this run. I don't care. It's too slow. We'll go back.
Beh, immagino che comunque fosse obsoleta. La tua nuova corazza è una Mark 6, arrivata questa mattina da Songnam. Vaci piano finché non padroneggi le nuove funzioni. Ok, verifichiamo il sistema di puntamento. Guarda la luce in alto. Bene, ora guarda la luce in basso. Perfetto, di nuovo la luce in alto. Ci siamo. E ora quella in basso, ok? Sembra tutto a posto. Aspetta.
Why in Italian?
Ora disattiva
I'm
gli
just
inibitori.
doing it for fun. German's still the
Muoviti un po'
fastest,
per
but
ambientarti.
thought we'd
Quando
mix
sei
it up for
pronto,
fun.
dammi al comando a distanza.
Letting people choose the language for
Fai
$10.
attenzione perché non ho intenzione di ripetermi. Questa stazione verificherà gli scudi energetici a ricarica. Gli scudi della tua nuova corazza sono molto resistenti, molto efficaci. Tombola! Come puoi vedere, si ricaricano molto più velocemente. Se i tuoi scudi cedono, trovati un riparo e aspetta che l'indicatore ritorni al massimo.
Certo, può nascondersi dietro di me. Allora, hai finito col mio ragazzo? Ormai se la cava anche da solo.
La sua corazza è a posto, Johnson, per cui tappati quella boccaccia. Puoi andare, figliolo, ma cerca di non strafare.
Tranquillo, lo terrò per mano.
Allora, Johnson, quando mi dirai come hai fatto a tornare qui tutto d'un pezzo?
Spiacente, segreto militare.
Ah, vai al diavolo! E scordati pure che ti sistemi il mirino della tua...
Oh, oggi è davvero di buon umore. Magari Lord Wood ha dimenticato di invitarlo. Ah, la terra.
Yeah, I
Sono
have all
anni
of
che non
them.
la vedo. Quando sono partito, la griglia di difesa orbitale era ancora un progetto nella mente dei politici. E ora guarda, il Cairo è soltanto una delle 300 piattaforme geostazionarie. Il fucile Khan potrebbe trapassare una nave da guerra Covenant. Il fuoco concentrato di Atene e Malta, nulla potrebbe superare indenne questa forza da battaglia. Da stamattina che arrivano astronavi. Nessuno dice molto, ma c'è qualcosa di grosso nell'aria.
I mean, most of them are pretty cheap. Spent like $15 on the Japanese version, I think. And that came in like the steelbook, like brand new, pristine condition.
A tutte le unità. Ai posti
They printed a lot of copies of Halo. It's not like it's rare.
Questa non è un'esercitazione. Ripeto, non è un'esercitazione.
Bene, fatti arrabbiare.
You can get an English copy for like actually $5. If you go to any like retro game store, they'll have multiple copies of Halo for $5.
Usare le forze utilizzate. Aprire le rastrelliere delle armi.
That's pretty fast.
Oh, stanno abbandonando Atene.
Cortana, quadro tattico.
Yo, Nick, thank you for the
L'esplosione
resub.
veniva dall'interno di Atene, come per Malta. L'attacco dei Covenant era mirato all'inserimento di una bomba.
Allora è sicuro che ne hanno portata una anche qui. Trovala, capo.
No, andiamo. Cos'è quella? Un'arma o... No!
Avanti, capo.
Ero quasi a bordo quando sono comparso.
Non tema, signora, siamo qui.
Ehi, guardate! Malta ha già respinto gli assalitori.
Signore,
Primo
Malta,
Echelon, vieni con
condizione
me.
attuale.
Annientiamo quegli incrociatori uno alla
Puoi
volta.
disarmarla?
Secondo
Sì, ma
Echelon,
bisogna
vieni a
capire
bada e
come
trasporti.
riesco a
crederci.
Registrazione di tutti i scene nemici a portata di tiro. 13 incrociatori,
Priorità
2
sui
trasporti da
bersagli e fuoco a
Sarà un
volontà.
inferno.
No.
I trasporti stanno sfondando, signore. Sono diretti verso il Cairo.
Cortana, concentra il fuoco sul primo trasporto. Ammiraglio, bisogna fare il possibile con il secondo.
Tutta informazione. Seguitemi.
Il primo trasporto ci ha ignorato, signore. È passato attraverso i detriti di Malta e si è diretto verso la terra.
Alright, still pretty fast.
Giusto per farlo presente, ci sono dei ranger elite a guardia della bomba. Pensa a qualcosa.
Anything sub 7 is really fast. Armor included. And get that kill.
Pronti all'impatto.
Just seems like regular Cairo. I mean, it mostly is.
Diamoci una mossa, Marine. Ripuliamo il luogo dello schianto, via.
I play a little bit safer. Yeah, it's mostly regular Cairo. But that's like a 418 or 420 something Cairo. That's pretty fast.
Sergente, ho bisogno di te su quel mezzo.
Signora?
I miei Pelican stanno per iniziare a portare
sono
mezzi
felice che
corazzati
tu sia
e
venuto.
rinforzi in città. Avranno
Don't
bisogno
kill
di una
him.
scorta che non tema il fuoco nemico.
No, I tried to save
Il
you,
luogo dello
buddy.
schianto è dall'altra parte dell'albergo, capo. Covenant a volontà. Seguitemi.
Ricevuto. Li terrò d'occhio io. In bocca al lupo, capo.
Non facciamoci vedere.
Zoo's in it just for the love of the
Le
game.
truppe Covenant si concentrano.
He doesn't need a purpose.
Non credo che vogliano che tu salga a bordo. Quel ponte è la via più breve verso il centro cittadino.
When I take out Marines, it's almost always because it saves time or there's a reason. When Zoo does it, man just hates Marines. I don't know. I imagine it's some like tragic backstory. He was like 6 years old. A Marine knocked on his door and delivered devastating news that his great uncle had passed away in the war or something, and ever since then he just hasn't trusted Marines, but I don't know what really happened.
Questa galleria conduce al ponte. È piena di torri, se così si può, ma è sempre meglio che vuoto. Ho analizzato le comunicazioni tattiche dei Covenant. Sono sorpresi, confusi. Non si aspettavano la nostra presenza qui, né la mia né la tua. La nostra. Non si aspettavano. Sembra strano, lo so, ma spiegherebbe perché sono qui con una flotta così esigua.
Forza, senza fermarsi! Vai in vista!
Zoo always goes on some wild tangent about like, yeah, when I was a kid I used to love doing this in a game. And I swear every single time he tells those stories, it ends with him being like, and then I killed all the Marines. It's like a running gag at this point. Every single story he tells is, yeah, I used to love try to get the warthog into this area, and then I'd use it to kill all the Marines. You know, maybe we just need to channel our inner Zubert, and that's how we can complete the Deathless challenge. Maybe we just do one as a treat to see how it feels. I think I get it.
Stiamo attaccati alle chiappe del capo. Beh, senza esagerare.
What's up, laughing?
Forza, andiamo! Sono nei guai! Attenzione! Amico, guarda! Ehi, colleghi! Ehi, è stato lui, sia chiaro!
Non male come comitato di benvenuto.
Sorpresa, sorpresa! Lo sai, dovrai davvero iniziare a tenere il conto.
Sì, così si fa!
Occhi aperti!
Whoops, finger slipped.
Quell'edificio sono intrappolati.
You what?
Bomba in arrivo!
I just want to see something weird. How does this do this with my camera? What's going on here? It's something to do with this tile. It does like weird thing with your camera when you pass through it. I'm not really sure what it's up with. So if I shoot straight down, where is it? Does it go? Where is it going? Here's my shot. Doesn't leave an imprint. Yeah, but you see, it does it like from all the way even back here. Like my bullets are, it's like I'm inside of, there's an object here that I'm like inside of. Wait, did it just break? Is it a breakable object? Wait a minute. No, it's still there, right? Is it even... Wait, did it move? Because it just did it like all the way back. It wasn't this far back before, was it? Or is that happening with this one? I don't know, man. Still does it here. Does it also do it on this corner? Yeah, so that first grenade didn't damage me. There's some kind of like spot. Weird.
Beh, immagino che comunque fosse obsoleta. La tua nuova corazza è una Mark 6, arrivata questa mattina da Songnam.
You're feeling very left out? What do you want me to tell you? Can we confirm if Marty was actually pissed?
Guarda la luce in alto. Bene, ora guarda.
What do you want me to respond to that?
Di nuovo la luce in alto. Ci siamo.
I'm not Marty.
In basso, ok?
That's not a message meant for me.
Sembra tutto a posto. Aspetta. Ora disattivo gli inibitori. Muoviti un po' per ambientarti. Quando sei pronto, vieni da me al comando a distanza. Fai attenzione perché non ho intenzione di ripetermi. Questa stazione verificherà gli scudi energetici a ricarica.
Yeah.
Gli scudi della tua nuova
Aaron, thank
corazza
you for
sono
the
molto
$2.
resistenti, molto efficaci. Tombola! Come puoi vedere, si ricaricano molto più velocemente. Se i tuoi scudi cedono, trovati un riparo e aspetta che l'indicatore ritorni al massimo.
Certo, può nascondersi dietro di me. Allora, hai finito col mio ragazzo? Ormai se la cava anche da solo.
La sua corazza è a posto, Johnson, per cui tappati quella boccaccia. Puoi andare, figliolo, ma cerca di non strafare.
Tranquillo, lo terrò per mano.
Allora, Johnson, quando mi dirai come hai fatto a tornare qui tutto d'un pezzo?
Spiacente, segreto militare.
Ah, vai al diavolo! E scordati pure che ti sistemi il mirino della tua A2.
Oh, oggi è davvero di buon umore. Magari Lord Hood ha dimenticato di invitarlo. Ah, la Terra. Sono anni che non la vedo. Quando sono partito, la griglia di difesa orbitale era ancora un progetto nella mente dei politici. E ora guarda, il Cairo è soltanto una delle 300 piattaforme geostazionarie. Il fucile Khan potrebbe trapassare una nave da guerra Covenant. Il fuoco concentrato di Atene e Malta, nulla potrebbe superare indenne questa forza da battaglia. È da stamattina che arrivano astronavi. Nessuno dice molto, ma c'è qualcosa di grosso nell'aria.
Allarme. Nemico in avvicinamento. A tutte le unità, ai posti di combattimento.
Perdente!
Questa non è un'esercitazione. Ripeto, non è un'esercitazione.
Visto? Avevo detto di non sparargli. Attenzione!
No. Am I dead?
Dare le porte pressurizzate. Aprire le rastrelliere delle armi.
Oh, stanno abbandonando Atene.
Cortana, quadro tattico.
L'esplosione proveniva dall'interno di Atene, come per Malta. L'attacco dei Covenant era mirato all'inserimento di una bomba.
Allora è sicuro che ne hanno portata una anche qui. Trovala, capo.
Oddio, cos'è quella? Un'arma o...
No, stop it.
Avanti, capo, di qua!
Ero quasi a bordo quando sono comparsi.
Non tema, signora, siamo qui.
Yo, Darren, thank you for the membership.
Signore, gli
Primo Echelon, vieni con me. Annientiamo quegli incrociatori uno
Vuoi
alla volta.
disarmarla?
Sì, ma
Secondo
avrei bisogno
Echelon,
che il capo
vieni a
guardia
bada i trasporti.
registrazione di tutti i vascelli nemici a portata di 13 incrociazione attuale spasso. Sarà un inferno.
Non riesco a credere.
This game, man. Need to lock in and get another run here, man. I had to reset in so much.
Beh, immagino che comunque fosse obsoleta. La tua nuova corazza è una Mark 6, arrivata questa mattina da Songnam. Vaci piano finché non padroneggi le nuove funzioni. Ok, verifichiamo il sistema di puntamento. Guarda la luce in
Can you
alto.
push guns
Bene,
towards the
ora
zapper to
guarda la
save
luce in
time?
basso.
Yeah, you
Perfetto.
can.
Di nuovo
It
la
saves
luce
very
in alto.
little though,
Ci siamo.
and it has a
E ora
chance to
quella in
lose a
basso,
lot of
ok?
time. You know, actually, I haven't tested this on Italian.
tutto a posto.
There's a
Aspetta.
version difference between
Ora ti
Japanese and
salvo
English that doesn't make any sense to me. It's the direction
Muoviti un
guns
po'
turns
per
after you
ambientare.
push him
Quando
here.
sei pronto, vieni da
Which
me
way is he
al
gonna
comando a
turn?
distanza.
Okay, he turns halfway. That's weird. That's different than English or Japanese. That's like a half and half turn. So you have to be standing in this area to get him to start the correct dialogue.
Gli scudi della tua nuova
And
corazza
you need to be
sono
standing in
molto
the box when you
resistenti,
hold
molto
X.
efficaci.
But you can save a
Ora,
couple frames
come
by
puoi
pushing
vedere,
him.
si ricaricano molto più
But the
velocemente.
problem is, on English, if you push him exactly like I just did, instead of turning, he turned like halfway and then turned the other way. Instead of doing that, on English, he turns a full turn the wrong way, which ends up wasting about a second.
Ormai se la cava anche da solo.
La sua corazza è a posto.
And then if you block him at all, if while you're pushing him he gets like his pathfinding messed up, he'll take a step to the left here, and that also loses like a second. So you're only saving frames by pushing him, and you lose a lot of time by messing it up. So it's just not really worth it.
Diavolo! E scordati pure che ti sistemi il mirino della tua Adum.
But there's another thing you can do with guns to save time, where you can disrupt his path before he gets to the zapper and make him stand still further away, and that can save a couple seconds.
Ah, la Terra. Sono anni che non la vedo. Quando sono partito, la griglia di difesa orbitale era ancora un progetto nella mente dei politici. E ora guarda, il Cairo è soltanto una delle 300 piattaforme geostazionarie. Il fucile Khan potrebbe trapassare una nave da guerra Covenant. Il fuoco concentrato di Atene e Malta, nulla potrebbe superare indenne questa forza da battaglia. È da stamattina che arrivano astronavi. Nessuno dice molto, ma c'è qualcosa di grosso nell'aria.
Allarme. Nemico in avvicinamento. A tutte le unità, ai posti di combattimento.
Non se riesco a farlo saltare fuori!
Questa non è un'esercitazione. Ripeto, non è un'esercitazione. porte pressurizzate.
Please. Alright, we're in.
Aprire le rastrelliere delle armi.
Right. Ace.
In arrivo! Ehi ragazzi, prima ho dimenticato di darvi questo.
Why are you not dead? Don't come running at me. Observer.
Oh, stanno abbandonando Atene.
Cortana, quadro tattico.
L'esplosione proveniva dall'interno di Atene, come premavo. L'attacco dei Covenant era mirato all'inserimento di una bomba.
Allora è sicuro che ne hanno portata una anche qui. Trovala, capo.
I died to the death shots, and then the body disappeared. So he's not even there to hold his gun. It's gone. It's poof. That's crazy. Everything just doesn't. I hate this game. I hate this game. I blame Observer. Yeah, what up, Dumb River?
Slayer.
Do I want to keep trying Deathless, or do I want to do some glitch hunting? I don't know. I had some ideas for glitches, but I don't really know how to explore them better. Monster building bound. It's a big bounce. All the way to the top too. It's always cool when you can get the extra one at the top. That's one of the kind of most infamous bounces I feel like on this level. A lot of people have tried it. It's really hard to get though. monster. I feel like that's one of like the most X building and monster are like the two most like in terms of like sequence bounces of like actually like challenge bounces. I feel like everybody knows the X building bounce and everybody knows the monster building bounce. Those are like the two most common. Oops. You see someone jumping around like this back in 2004, you're gonna probably be pretty sure they're cheating, huh? Tour bouncing's nice and therapeutic. Who doesn't love good old bounce? Wonder what glitches I want to do. What do I want to work on? So one of the glitches I want to explore is I feel like the quarantine zone crashes I was experiencing have to do with something about looking at the zero angle. I guess another thing I want to look at is when do the objective markers pop up here at the start of the level? So is the first one on a timer? This might add to my theory of it being tied to objective markers for some of these glitches. Let me look at quarantine zone. Yeah, bouncing in competitive games is annoying. Bouncing for fun is fun, but once you start, if the rest of the, like, I don't know, these games are old enough and they're glitchy enough where if you're playing a team-based game, all 8 players have to agree to play by the same rules, and some of those have to be like house rules, like no cheating, because otherwise, like, some of the exploits in these old games, they don't get patches, they don't get updates. So, like, flying the Banshee out of the level or glitching out of the maps, it's just like a gentleman's rule. Like, don't do it. These games are old, they're not getting updates, don't cheat. Okay, so I'm curious about mission objectives. So there's currently none, which is interesting. And now there is one. So when does that pop up? If I do a speedrun strat here. Is it on as soon as I get in the ghost? Wait. Okay. Why did it take? I felt like it took a sec. Okay, as soon as the text on the bottom comes up is when that happens too. Alright, so let's see, is there another one that happens? Does one happen right here? No. if one happens like right up here. I have a feeling it might. Like right as I round this corner, maybe. Nope. Still not updated. Is that gonna be the only objective? Okay, so maybe for this one it's not tied to objectives at all. Unless somehow like a revert like right here. I mean, I do restart here sometimes. I wonder if a frame perfect revert like right here could do it. I wonder if... because that is at the same time the letterbox effect pops up too. And then the next glitch seems to happen when I get near the next letterbox effect. I wonder if it's tied to that. Because one of the glitches I got seemed to happen like right here, but...
Nel cuore della zona c'è un'icona sacra, vitale per il grande viaggio. Devo assolutamente trovarla. Ci apriremo la strada al cuore dell'infestazione. Troveremo l'icona.
Yeah, I'd rather you not brag about cheating in my chat. It's gonna just get you banned.
Avanti guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Nel cuore della zona c'è un'icona sacra, vitale per il grande viaggio. Devo assolutamente trovarla. Ci apriremo la strada al cuore dell'infestazione. Avanti guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno. Avanti guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
I wish I knew what caused these crashes and glitches. I don't know, nothing's gonna happen while I'm testing this, but if you do it for long enough, eventually the game just crashes while you're doing the speedrun route. And I really want to figure out why.
Avanti guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
Why does it crash, people?
Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
Who has the answers to life and all of the mysteries?
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
Does it always crash at the same point? So there's a couple different crashes, but one of them seems to happen in the same area. Not necessarily the same point, but I think we've narrowed it down to aiming at the coordinate, so the aiming system basically goes from 0 to 360 degrees, right? And then it wraps back around to 0. So I think it's aiming at that 0 line is what's causing one of the crashes that we're seeing. But it's not just aiming there, it's like doing that and something else. And I don't know what the something else is. So one of the popular crashes that happens when I'm doing this run is whenever I come down here. If I turn this corner and I perfectly skid along here, as I do, it will crash as I'm hugging this corner. And it seems to crash right, so there's an angle that's basically 0 degrees, and it seems to crash right when you aim perfectly at 0 degrees. But other than that, I'm not even sure that is why. That could just be a coincidence. It could have something to do with particle effects are tied to your look angle, and for some reason it's dividing by your look angle, and if it divides by exactly 0, then it crashes. I don't know that that's the case, but it could be something along those lines.
Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
I don't know, I just wish I knew why it was crashing. There's gotta be a reason.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
I think it can happen on MCC as well.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
I'm not sure though.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
Are there any good co-op explorations I want to do? I feel like I could probably figure out some new AUP stuff now that I know how to do co-op on Cartographer. Maybe I could explore the Pelican AUP on this level a little more. It's possible to turn into a Pelican in co-op and skip the auto-scroller. It's never been done in the speedrun, but it would save like more than a minute. The problem is we don't have a great setup for it. I was thinking about maybe experimenting with finding a better setup.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
What else could I do in co-op that sounds cool?
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
Has elevator skip on Oracle been done? In co-op, yeah, it's pretty easy to do in co-op. Well, maybe not easy, but it's not too hard.
Né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
What else do I want to?
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
There has to be something that I want to do in this game.
Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò.
Surely.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
Are there any? Trying to think of what unexplored threads to pull at.
Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
Can you turn it into Tartarus? Yeah, I have it on my YouTube channel. I do maybe want to explore an easier setup for that.
Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò.
You can use his hammer even, it's kind of cool.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
Good one.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
I don't know what I want to do in this
Non temiamo
game.
né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i
I
rinforzi.
feel like there's gotta be something.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
That was almost good.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
Yo, a big Dale Man raid. Let's go. What's up, Dale Man viewers? Let's just grind in this level for a little bit. Maybe I should go back to full game
Vai,
stuff.
arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
goat. Damn, man. Thank you. Oh, we got the crash! This is what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to recreate this crash and figure out why it happens. So, while I grind ILs, this happens like every few hours. I don't know why it happens. I'd really like to know. It seems like, I don't know, crashes are usually the start of maybe a bigger glitch. If you can figure out why, usually it like broadens your understanding of the game. So crashes are usually kind of a good thing. But I don't know why this one's so weird. I don't know why it happens. But at least we got another example. I think it's swiping past it is what does it, Fortune. So I'm probably just like one frame past it. If it does have to do with it, then I think that might be why. I'm not even sure it does have to do with the look angle though. Who knows? There's so many things it could be. But I don't know. Maybe I keep trying this. See if I can get another crash. Multiple loading zones at once, perhaps. It might have to do with like trying to preload the next area, but the loading zones in this game work. There's basically chunks of the level called BSPs, and there isn't a loading zone there. But then there's smaller chunks within those BSPs called portals, and there is a portal load there, and so but there's also a bunch of other things loading. It's weird. So our current hunch is that it has to do with looking at the exact angle 0 degrees, because whenever you look in a full 360 degree circle, it goes 360 degrees, then it goes back to 0. And at that threshold, the game lags a little bit. And I think if you like click past that, then you're getting some lag spikes and it's doing some weird stuff. I think if you have that happen at the same time as some loading or something, some checkpoint, something, then that might be causing it. But honestly, I don't know. It's weird. I'll be right back while it loads. Get some water.
Nel cuore della zona c'è un'icona sacra, vitale per il grande viaggio. Devo assolutamente trovarla. Ci apriremo la strada al cuore dell'infestazione. Troveremo l'icona e elimineremo ogni fluidaci ostacoli. Non sottovalutare il parassita. Spero che tu sappia ciò che fai. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, Arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
I don't know, man. It's weird. I'm gonna keep trying and see if we can crash it again. Let's see if we can get another crash relatively quickly.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, Arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, Arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, Arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
not quite fast enough, but it actually was pretty good.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
So my goal is that if I can get enough examples of recreating this crash, eventually we can narrow it down and find the similarities between the clips, and we can maybe solve the crash problem that way. But that also means I gotta stop doing the exact same thing every time, because I am speedrunning, but I'm thinking that maybe it has something to do with the lead up to the attempt. So I'm not even sure that if like a clip would fully capture the cause of the glitch, because I think it might be like 1 or 2 reverts before the clip is what is it doing it, but it's so hard to know. But I think the final nail in the coffin is for me to drive perfectly to this section and then barely squeeze by on those corners. And I think that causes it. The weird thing is, it doesn't seem to happen unless I drive perfectly. Which means, so I have to jump the gun on that door, I have to not lose momentum at the bottom of that ramp, and I have to cut the corners at the start here like really optimally. And that'll give me early cycles on doors. So I was thinking it might be tied to the doors in some way, in their cycles, but can't find anything there either. But so by getting to that first door optimally, we call it early cycle, it saves 1 second. And if I then do this section, that's when it would crash. It doesn't seem to crash unless I get early cycle though. The only times I've ever seen it crash is on early cycle runs. So it has to be tied in some way to speed or the doors or something being skipped. I don't know. But I also don't know that I have enough examples to definitively say it's tied to early cycle, because I don't have that many crashes. There's still just so many unknowns. What happened? I got a crash and I'm trying to recreate it. I think it might have something to do with restarting at the exact same frame on that door, and then getting back to it, and it like being partially glitched. I don't know, man. I have so many theories. None of them are ever right. Eventually one of them will be.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
My driving is getting pretty good though. Early cycle's not easy to make, and I'm making it like every time. It's only a few seconds of ghost driving, but you have to be really optimal during these few seconds. You have to jump the gun. I think that was too slow. Close? Yeah, so that was too slow. First, actually, you have to move optimally to the first ghost. Because this door opens based on when you get in the ghost. So without, like, perfect movement at the start, you're already, like, screwed. And it's harder than you think to just walk in a straight line to the ghost. You have to, like, aim left and, like, with the input lag at the start of the level, it's weird how it snaps. How was that not it? That felt perfect. So you walk faster moving forward. So you do want to be moving forward towards the ghost than just holding left. Then you gotta jump the gun. Then you gotta cut the corners and get to that door optimally. And if you do, the door will be open as soon as you get there. This one feels good. Yeah, that one was it. So you see I didn't have to wait for those sliding doors to open. That's almost really good. I have a feeling I'm gonna get a pretty good quarantine zone here soon. Actually, I should probably turn on my recording. It made it, but it's not fast. Maybe we can get a cool launch off of the Pelican. Alright.
Avanti guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
No. Where's my air? I drove over those grenades perfectly. Where's my launch? Let me go.
Vai arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
Fortune, what glitches do I want to be exploring? How do we solve the secrets of the universe?
Vai arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò.
You've been trying to come up with things lately too, been dry. Yeah, I feel like these crashes are something that are definitely worth it. I think maybe the Zanzibar crash might be a zero thing as well. I'm thinking maybe it has to do with Warthog sparks being generated on the same frame that you're looking at the zero angle. Because the Zanzibar crash has a Warthog about it, this crash here has a Warthog around it, and then there's a hill on the second half of Quarantine Zone that also crashes kind of regularly. And it's the Warthog Hill. It's whenever you're also when you go, so you know the end of the level where the Gauss Warthog comes in. When you're going up that hill, you're looking at zero, and there's a Warthog there. I have a feeling it's tied to looking at zero when the Warthog is around, creating sparks or something, or sound effects maybe, or I don't know.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
Have you tried getting storage on something frozen in a void pocket? That might be easy storage.
Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
Dang, that was almost good. Alright, let's try for a Pelican launch again. It's gonna kill me even if it does. No. I mean, what could you... So, the idea is to consider everything that grants any bit of speed. Needlers do grant speed. So, like, shooting Needlers on a frozen object maybe is giving it, like, infinite speed.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
What else gives speed? The jump button? Finding a way to impart your jump without moving? That's basically what the dummy glitch for the sword on lockout is. You're jumping without moving, and on one person's screen that's applying the upwards momentum. So we could maybe find ways to hover if we could jump without moving. Well, it can't go completely inactive because needles can hit it. I mean, you've seen my, like, needler launching thing, right? Like, yeah, I mean, I know you've seen it. I need to show an example.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
Yeah, I've seen your two-player stacking climbing thing.
Non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
Could that be useful anywhere? I mean, where would we want to do that? Even, I mean, Unfortunately, there's nowhere that's like unexplored in this game, especially in co-op. So getting anywhere isn't really that impressive. We need like, unless it could have an adjacent use of like getting there quickly or getting there and then doing something else, or
Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
I mean, actually, the multiplayer boys would probably like the idea of being able to float anywhere you want. You could probably impress them with a short, like, montage of some of those strats. I guess being able to do it, like,
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò
to
quando
jump
arriverai
quickly
nei
up the back of, like, Beaver Creek Base is cool, but you can already just partner jump to do that. Where's a tall place that you can't just I guess, like,
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando
top of
arriveranno i rinforzi.
Sanctuary from bottom mid.
Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
I don't know that it's useful anywhere in multiplayer, to be honest.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
I feel like there's got to be something worth doing.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
I want to revisit that glitch that I was experiencing where I was moving the world, but I haven't been able to get the exact same results. I don't remember exactly what I was doing. I think I was working on the AUP for the Scarab main gun on Metropolis, so I was hitting the load zone at the tunnels over and over again. And then that caused all of the ammo and everything to be shifted at the bridge section. So my assumption was that I was either moving the ammo or moving the map. And I think I was moving the map by hitting the load zone over and over again. If that's the case, I really want to revisit that, because if it is possible to move the map by hitting the load zone over and over again, that could lead to some pretty interesting glitches.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
Stop.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
No.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
Was that not fast enough?
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
Come on.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
One of the things that I think would be possible if we could move the world by hitting load zones over and over again is we could expose the chair that's on this level. Right now there's a prophet chair that's loaded in memory, but it's way outside the map, and when things are loaded outside of the map, they're put in an inactive state where they're like just deactivated. But I think if it were to overlap with valid map geometry, I'm pretty sure we'd be able to see it and interact with it. Similar with the Banshees on Oracle, yeah. If we could shift the whole world, there's like hidden stuff out of bounds in some levels that we should be able to interact with.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
Looks good, but it's not. Try to get launched by the Pelican again. See if we can do a cool one.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
Man, if I could have kept speed and made it across, that would have been really fast.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
No, I stuck my own grenade.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
There's gotta be some glitch that I can explore.
Non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
Always something.
Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò.
Oh, another thing I wanted to mess with Fortune was AUP with storage. So what if you like stored a bunch on a warthog and then turned into that warthog?
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
And you might be able to make the direction weird depending on how you spawn your teammate. Like, so you might be able to fly off in weird directions, just like on a spawn. So what I think is going to happen is, yeah, you'll spawn and then you'll just fly off in a direction.
Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
But most of the time we're giving like downward velocity to the thing, so we would have to make it not be downward, or make the spawn account for that so that it could spawn it like off a ledge or something.
Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
What's a level that's easy to turn into something stationary? I guess Great Journey Ghost at the start's pretty easy. How could you give the ghost a bunch of speed? Just crouch on it with the wraith on top of it or something?
Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò.
I don't know if you can have both of them doing it because you need one of them to be able to die and respawn, so he has to be able to leave the island.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
Is that not it?
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
I don't know what I want to do. Maybe I should do a different level.
Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
What do I want?
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
I knew it was gonna shoot me. I got to. It wasn't that fast anyway.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
No way.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
No.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
That was almost fast.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri,
Yeah, what's up, Joe?
non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
me over. These are fast. It's like a flawless start on the driving.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
Yo, what's up, Mogami?
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
No.
Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando...
The real question is, why are you playing on chess.com?
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
Oh, come on.
Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
Yeah, I don't know. Even with premium, I prefer playing on my chess, but
Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò.
it's mostly the same. You like their gamification? Yeah, I get it. They give you badges and
Avanti,
recurrent streaks and things like that. Makes it more
Vai,
fun.
arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando
Oh yeah, I forgot I mentioned that. I figured that was the case. You can actually see where the spot is if you use HCM. There's a toggle to turn it on.
Avanti, guerrieri.
There's like an orb, it's a green orb.
Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
Oh, come on.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
No. Slow. It's a good attempt.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
No. I miss when the community was bigger, Fortune, because there'd be people to test our random fringe ideas and people would come up with more stuff. Because I know we haven't explored everything. I know we're missing some stuff. Just don't know what it is. Jackals crouch to zoom in, Fortune. So whenever they're running and they do one animation and then they go to their fighting animation, they zoom in and they crouch.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
I know there's something that I want to
Non temiamo né
explore.
morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando
I feel like there has to be. Have I beat this game? Is it time to retire? Have I just
Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò
completed the
quando arriveranno i
game?
rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
Get off of me. Dude, that flood got me killed. Pretty sure I was gonna live if I didn't have whatever he did happen.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
Lakers play tonight, don't they? That game's not on yet, is it? Lakers score. They play. Game 1, 5:30. Starts in an hour and a half. Why don't NBA games ever start on time? It's kind of crazy to me. They never start at like the actual start time. I feel like most other sports are pretty good at like start on your exact time.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
Right.
Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
No. Dang, I lost so much speed there. That was fast too. That was a good launch.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
How's that not early?
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. sto arrivando.
That's some troll. Bavaria.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
Oh, I know one of the glitches I wanted
Avanti,
to
guerrieri,
test.
non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno.
Are there any instances you can think of, Fortune? I know of one where there's a child object with another child object with a third, like, how many nested iterations can you think of? Because, like, for example, a warthog has a turret attached to it, so that's like 2 iterations, right? But if a warthog is attached to a phantom, then that would be 3 iterations. And I know how to make a warthog attached to a phantom. So I kind of want to AUP something like 3 levels deep. I wonder if there's any other objects that are 3 levels deep, or even 4.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
You know, I don't really know how the Sentinel pickup works, but no, I don't think so.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Non fermatevi, sto arrivando.
You can launch off of these doors if you get caught in them as they're opening. Wicked. That's pretty sick. Someone clip that. Can I make the transfer over there? Can I do like a Tony Hawk ramp transfer here? I kind of want to try. Sweet though.
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi. Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
You know, I wonder if the super bounce that I know on Sacred Icon also works on Quarantine Zone here. There's a cool super bounce you can do here. If I remember how to do it. What was it? It was...
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
Probably have it. But found it. So it is running, but...
Avanti verso l'icona sacra!
Avanti, guerrieri, non temiamo né morte né dolore. Vai, arbiter, io ti seguirò quando arriveranno i rinforzi.
Enforcer, ai veicoli!
Why did I do this? but does it kill me here? If I do this on Sacred Icon, I can get a super bounce. And like super bounce out of the pit and not die to the death barrier. I think the death barrier is higher on this version. Maybe not. Not appear to be close. I don't know why I just wanted to try that, but do have a clip of it. I don't know what I want to do, man. What do I want to do?
Enforcer, ai veicoli servono armi pesanti. Avanti verso l'icona sacra.
Let's scroll through the levels. Maybe I'll find inspiration looking at the levels. I haven't had much inspiration these last few days to play. I don't know, maybe some... High Charity, I also hit the spot. Actually, maybe I want to mess more with that uprising idea. I remember the strat. Maybe I should segment the uprising like Griffin was suggesting. I kind of want to work on a segmented run.
Il concilio.
Aspetta, non è andato.
I feel like this has potential to be faster. If I could get down the angle. You do that and then you land on that fusion coil. Something like that, and then land on the fusion. Why can't I hit the angle I want? I feel like that has potential to be fast. If you could keep momentum through the door on that, I feel like it has potential. I feel like I can get this down. It feels like it has potential to be pretty fast. I want to go high enough to not bonk my legs on that.
Ma non erano tutti. Ma non erano tutti morti. Diamo l'allarme.
Feels like it's possible. Keep full momentum here.
Ma non erano tutti morti. Diamo l'allarme.
No, that's pretty good too. Yeah, this is without splitting it. It's not so easy, but I feel like it is faster. Angle's hard. Okay, well that was about as good as you can do it and not keep... If I kept momentum there, that would have been kind of insane. No. Yeah, I know who Frog is. Yeah, man. I'm Yeah, that's something that I thought we could have messed with more, was like the long distance stuff. That was almost perfect. I mean, maybe I don't even. I mean, that could still be. I want to get the full momentum carry. I feel like it should be possible, but it's hard. I don't know. There's got to be something better to mess with. Yeah. There's not enough stuff at the start of the level on Oracle. We just don't have enough things. There's no movable stuff.
Inizia a combattere, arbiter!
We just don't have enough things.
È stato un gesto stupido.
Per niente. Cos'è quella? Silenzio.
The annoying part is like we can get out of bounds in this area, but we can't clip through that door. But like it's actually really easy to get out of bounds here. You can just run into this wall,
Cos'è successo qui?
just like a normal ghost here. And I can just clip out of bounds. It's really easy. But we can't land in that room.
Se n'è andata. Presto, prima che ritorni, troviamo il leader degli ereti e uccidiamolo.
Cos'è successo qui?
Io ho una cattiva sensazione.
I feel like there might be something if you enrage your teammates. And like lunge at them, but I don't know.
Non mi lasci solo. Sotto me.
Like, what if we could like lunge off of him and get through this door somehow?
Accetta la scopa. Mi chiedevo chi avrebbero inviato I profeti. Un arbiter.
Alright, I think I don't know, I think I'm wasting my time. I don't have any ideas I really want to test. You don't know if launch speed is fast enough to clip? It is on like, you know, you can like clip through the glass on like Arbiter, for example. You can also do it on Cairo Station. You can clip through the glass at the space station, like the space section on Cairo Station. You can clip through in some multiplayer sections you can go through. A sword lunge, I think, like timed the right way, is like just fast enough. But I don't know, it doesn't seem like this idea is impossible if you could just like lunge at him and go through right here. I don't know, with the checkpoint this might be worth exploring a little more. I'm not gonna make one here. But you might be able to get something. I gotta use the restroom. I'll decide if I want to keep doing stuff. Give me a second.
Slayer.
You know who I haven't seen around in a while? Everything Digital. He was testing a bunch of glitches for a little while, and then he just kind of disappeared. I feel like I haven't seen that guy in a while. I feel like we're so close to having a new understanding of some glitches here. They're 100%. Not many people know how to get on this side of the map. This is the more rare side. Are there spots where you can just bounce straight up and down forever? No, I don't know of any infinite bounces that are just like auto bounce, but you can, if you can chain them on, there's a couple spots that basically you can chain them and do them. But the problem is once you start going too high or too low, you get a different trajectory, and so you can't like actually chain them. So you need like the perfect type of bounce that sends you in like that sweet spot every time. And one that I know about is headlong. It's kind of possible. But the problem is if you can't just AFK and hit it, you have to like move your controller. And because of that, you can go slightly too high or slightly too low, and then you can lose it. But I've gotten this one like, I think like 10 or more times in a row, I'm pretty sure is my most. I'm pretty sure I got it like 15. I can get it real quick. So this one here, if you get the right height, which is like the medium bounce, there's the monster which goes all the way to the top. And then there's the like medium bounce. You can basically chain the medium one over and over again. I'm missing it obviously. But if you go too low, then you won't get another bounce. And if you go too high, then you have to like change what you're doing. There's a couple other spots where you can like kind of do a loop. I'm dying. Ugh. That's funny, Fortune. don't know what glitches I want to do. You know, is this like the most forgettable part in all of Halo 2 multiplayer? This hallway. If I showed you this screenshot and said which Halo multiplayer level is this from, nobody would fucking know. This has got to be like just the most forgettable spot. Especially like if I look at it from like this angle and I said like where am I, like no, without like, so the lights can kind of give it away, but if you just showed like this, like this, cut it off at the light source, nobody knows where the hell this is. It is possible to get in there with this. And you know, it's also possible to ghost with vehicles. And I've seen an old video of somebody clipping the Banshee into this. I think what they did was they ended up unintentionally ghosting off of this wall, maybe. I think maybe they slammed into this wall and then ghosted into this thing somehow. But you can clip the Banshee into this just by like barrel rolling into it. It might matter like where on the seams you hit it as well. There might be like some invisible seam like halfway up or something. But you can actually get the entire Banshee like inside the thing. I seen it. There's a common glitch you could do. You could have somebody stand up here, and then you could ram them with the Banshee. And if you hit them straight on, they would clip inside. Wonder... There has to be something that I haven't explored. I feel like I had an idea of something I wanted to do and I lost it. What is the secret to the universe, chat? What don't we understand in this game? What do I need to explore? What does Delta Halo have to offer? Delta Halo has a potential for an early launch at the start for speedruns. In terms of cool glitches that you could do, what do we even want to do in this game? I guess there's getting to Regret Temple early. I guess there was a kind of a chained launch I wanted to do. I wanted to launch my ghost like from one area to another like with a triple launch on Delta Halo. It's not really a glitch as much as it is like a challenge launch, but it was something I wanted to work on. Regret. On the script shortcuts? You just mean like which sections we're skipping? Yeah, we know. I mean, like technically Outskirts doesn't have a single required trigger, so if you could find a way to teleport to the end, then you could beat it. So there are still like skips, but we don't know how to do that. Also, the end of Outskirts is too far away, so you get deleted. Do you know if Halo Checkpoint Manager works on co-op? Can you make checkpoints and then save them for later? Or split screen on Cartographer? You can try, not sure. What if... Are there anything that we should just like leave sitting for like 12 hours? Like, are there any interesting results of things we haven't tried to overflow? Any timers we haven't maxed out? I want to know why that glitch on Quarantine Zone persisted through the menus. I also want to know how to do the Cairo door glitch. I want to know... I think it has to do with saving and quitting on Metropolis. But I'm not sure. I don't know what I want to do. Trying to find inspiration scrolling through these levels, but nothing strikes me. Answer is yes, it does work. I kind of want to mess with some AUP stuff on Cartographer then. What AUP stuff should I look into? Outskirts, Hark's already done it, but you can be the beach turret, you can drive the shadow. I might revisit those. Me and Hark already did the shadow. Metropolis, you can be the scarab turrets, I might revisit those. Arbiter, you could be the phantoms at the start, maybe that's worth looking more into. Is it easy to... Let me think. Have you tried descending with the crouch glitch, Fortune? Can you like go down with it instead of going up with it, where you chain the like Havoc Island chaining? Could you drop down like a great distance if you were good? For chaining the Havoc Islands where you jump and crouch with the co-op player and you chain it to go up, could you also go down? Like if I wanted to drop off the start of Arbiter, could I go down with it? Trying to think. I think you probably could. Be pretty hard to do, but I'm thinking like descending at the start of Arbiter. Anything to AUP on Arbiter that would be cool? Not really. Oracle. I guess the basketball game's starting in 10 minutes, isn't it? I'm gonna call it quits and watch some basketball. Zoo or Sloth is probably live. I'll raid one of them. I might do some glitching off stream. I don't know. I'm gonna try to come up with some ideas. I want to. I'm not having very much fun grinding Deathless, but I don't want to give up quite yet. I might do some more Deathless, but I'm gonna watch the basketball game. I'm gonna raid Sloth. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for hanging out.